With the current heightened awareness of security with the events that have just recently occurred with the leak of assets from the Ledger hardware wallet, I think this is going to be an interesting video. You're going to meet Tammy Kahn and Thomas Olofsson, and they are the co-founders of FYEO. They have performed over 200 audits, and they're creating security tools for the users of blockchain. This team has been involved from the beginning with Xahau, and the first project to build on this network is Evernode. Evernode has seriously smart contracts for the XRP ecosystem. In addition to code audits, you'll also learn that they are exploring transactional NFTs. These NFTs would allow you to gain access for code scanning and other builder projects. This is new utility for NFTs. If you haven't already seen their adorable fish, each with its unique attributes for the owner, this is one that was recently done for XRPP. At the end of 8 minutes, you'll know better who is working to keep us safe in this community. All right, enjoy.
Hi, I am Tammy Kahn. I am one of the co-founders of FYEO. FYEO stands for Your Eyes Only, and we are a security company. And we have been actually performing security services for the Web3 space since 2018, done over 200 audits and are building some really neat security tools. And me and Thomas are here today to talk a little bit about, what we do and how we approach really a secure mindset. And how we've been experiencing just this wonderful sense of community inside of the XRP ledger as we're on this mission to bring security to projects and to the community of users.
Basically, my background in cybersecurity, I've been in cybersecurity for a very long time, and I worked for both governmental organizations, private sector, and now Web3. What we're trying to do is to take the maturity level that some of these Web2 organizations have and put that into Web3. I mean, everyone just started doing code audits, but they didn't really know why. Because you don't want your funds stolen, but what is it they're actually trying to protect against? Whom are you trying to protect against? Who is likely to attack your software? And this is something that the military, for instance, have been doing obviously for eons, as long as there has been military. We're trying to take this concept and apply this to Web3 and actually talk to the teams from the beginning. Okay, you call us because you want to do a code audit because someone said you should, but why are you doing this? Why do you want to be secure? Well, we don't want our clients' money to be gone because that's going to be very bad for us. Yes, but how are you protecting your clients' money? So we're trying to take threat modeling, which is basically a model that has evolved over a very long time in security, in cybersecurity, and take that into Web3 space. And this also gives the team a very good understanding of where they're lacking in the security. We don't need to do the code audit a lot of the time because the teams themselves realize, we basically don't have any protection against this threat, which might happen to our users. And what would happen to our company if someone drains our user's wallet? We would probably go out in business. So to actually to bring the security from a technical point to actually business level.
One of the ways that we've been applying this threat modeling mindset has been through our work in these early days with this new sidechain Xahau. Thomas and I have been very fortunate to be there since the early days of the Hooks Amendment, working on the security audit. And as we've expanded, we've gotten to get into Evernode, the first project, which is launching on Xahau. And we're even running a validator as part of the governance game so that we can have that security mindset across the entire ecosystem. But Thomas, I know that you've been spending a lot of time really digging into the weeds of kind of how Xahau, what Hooks does, what the smart contracts do, what Evernode does, and where that is from a security perspective.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting there is that we are now in a position where security is so embedded, especially in DeFi, because loss of funds is what is the biggest, if you're looking at from a business perspective, the biggest objection to adopting Web3 and DeFi from major investors is the cybersecurity issue. It is the loss of funds that is a potential problem. And I think therefore we have seen now with the team from Xahau and in the XRP community that now you're actually taking security much more carefully, because if a new layer one isn't secure, there is never going to be any trust to actually get general adoption of DeFi in general. And I think that's very important, and that's probably one of the reasons why we now have security orders running validator nodes to actually make sure not only that layer one is secure, but that all the upcoming amendments and all the changes to the protocol actually doesn't cause any security issues for the people that have already invested in layer one. And the thing of actually running a validator node, that also gives us real-time threat intelligence, because if we're seeing attacks, we actually run one of the nodes, and we can actually therefore have a much earlier way to spot potential attacks on the network, etc., which we don't necessarily, because doing a code audit, yes, you find some stuff, but you cannot find everything. And then having an early warning system to actually find attacks as they happen on the live network is super important. And I think this is something where the Xahau network has been at the forefront, but I totally think that more layer ones in the future will want to adopt this pace of actually having security auditors and security people running nodes as well to get real-time threat intelligence.
We continue to go and look under the hood and do security audits. We found out last year over 50% of attacks were not even at the code level, they were social engineering attacks. And so what we've been doing at FYEO is not just getting in and working with these teams and building with a secure mindset, but we've been building our own tools as well. Thomas launched last year his masterpiece, which we call FYEO Domain Intelligence, which essentially draws on the fact that we have 28 billion leaked credentials, 22 billion cracked passwords, and I think it's like a 500 million phone numbers. And we're constantly spidering the dark web, spidering for new registered domains, anything that could be the signs of any sort of a phishing attack. And then we're taking it one step further and also trying to provide tools for the community to use to protect themselves. And anyone who wants to see, we have a little community effort going. We launched our own NFT, mostly just to raise awareness around security, but the idea is Thomas is actually going to try to bridge a lot of this stuff to XLS 35 and have our NFTs unlock our security tools.
Yeah, and I think that's super interesting. I think actually NFTs, I hate is a strong word, but I've always been very against these like animated GIFs or pixelated monkey NFTs. But I do think that or I do hope that we will see together with Hooks Amendment, etc., that actually NFT could lead to transactions, the transactional NFTs that actually gives you access to real-time tools on chain. And I think that's super important. That's definitely something that we're trying to do. So we're currently working together with the code audits with automated AI tools as well. And one of the things that we're trying to build over the next year is to actually automate that. So if you have an NFT, you could run these tools basically for free against your GitLab or your code repos to help you before an audit. So we're trying to like open source, but not fully open source our tools, but by enabling hopefully NFTs and transactional NFTs to gain access to automated code scanning, etc., for other builder projects.
On Twitter, FYEO is GoFYEO, GoFYEO. Please note we are just FYEO.io as our domain, but somebody squatted on the FYEO name on Twitter, so it's GoFYEO on that. My personal Twitter handle is Tammy L. Khan, Kahn. Thomas is Skjortan. Did I say it right, Thomas?
Yep.
That's SKJORTAN, to be an open resource for security questions and building with a secure mindset.